This changes everything, and maybe not in the way we wanted to hear. What's up, Lakers Nation? This is Samir, and today I need to be very direct with you. There are things happening behind the scenes that could completely redefine the future of this franchise. Take a deep breath, because the situation isn't good. Picture this. Playoffs starting. Lakers ready to face the Rockets. But without Luka Doncic, without Austin Reeves, two of the pillars simply out of the series. The energy in Los Angeles? Low. The confidence? Shaken. And while the ball goes up on the court, everyone's mind is already ahead. In the off-season. Because that's where the real game begins. And in the middle of this chaos, that name shows up. The one that shakes any fan. Giannis Antetokounmpo. The dream. The kind of player who changes a franchise overnight. The rumors started growing. Insiders started talking. And for a moment, it looked like the Lakers were positioning themselves to make a massive move. Now imagine this. Giannis, Doncic, and Reeves together. Total domination. A new era in LA. But this is where everything flips. The problem isn't salary. It's not a trade. It's not competition. It's Giannis himself. Because while the Lakers watch, study, and maybe even prepare the ground, he comes out publicly and says, LA is superficial. I don't like LA. And then, silence. Can you feel the weight of that statement? That's not just a personal opinion. That's a signal, a direct message, a handbrake pulled on any hope the fan base had. And this is where the real problem begins. Behind the scenes, the Lakers had already been mapping out scenarios for a post-LeBron transition. The idea was clear. Build around Doncic and Reeves, and maybe add a third superstar to accelerate the process. Giannis fit that plan perfectly. But when the player doesn't want it, there's no negotiation that can fix that. And that completely changes the franchise's strategy. Because now, instead of aiming for the biggest prize available, the front office has to recalculate the route, and fast. Do they insist on a star who clearly doesn't want to wear purple and gold? Or do they redirect everything toward keeping Reeves, strengthening the roster, and betting on a more organic build? There's another layer here that not many people are talking about. When a player of that level publicly rejects a city like Los Angeles, it echoes across the league. It affects perception. It affects
negotiations. It affects the franchise's ability to attract talent. And that is dangerous. So now tell me, nation, do you still believe the Lakers need to go all in for a superstar? Or is it time to build something different? Because one thing is certain. The plan has changed, and the next decision could define the next 10 years of this franchise. As a Lakers fan, this is a reality check. I'll be honest, it hurts to see a player at Giannis's level practically dismiss Los Angeles like that. It's not just about losing a potential addition. It's about what that represents. The Lakers have always been that obvious destination, that franchise every superstar considered. When someone of this caliber talks like that, it raises a red flag. But at the same time, maybe this is actually a blessing in disguise. Because building a team around a player who doesn't want to be there almost never ends well. We've seen it happen in the NBA many times. There's no chemistry, no commitment, and at the first problem, it turns into a crisis. If I'm thinking like a fan, and even trying to be rational, I'd start accepting that the path is no longer chase stars at any cost. What matters now is secure Austin Reeves, truly build around Luka Doncic, bring in pieces that buy into the idea of playing in LA. Because talent you can get through trades, but the desire to wear the jersey, you can't force that. And there's another thing people don't talk about. This kind of rejection can hit the franchise's pride. The Lakers can't be chasing after someone who doesn't want to come. That diminishes the weight of the jersey. So my opinion as a fan, forget Giannis. If he comes, great, but he can't be plan A or even plan B. The Lakers need to stop living off names and start building an identity again. Because in the end, the most iconic championships in franchise history didn't just have stars. They had purpose. And before you go, if you feel this the way I do, if you breathe Lakers every day, go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now. Because here, we don't just talk about news.
We live every moment of this franchise. Drop a like to support, turn on notifications because what's coming next could change everything. And I want you with me every step of the way. Lakers Nation, this is just the beginning.
And there's one more point that as a fan, you just can't ignore. If the Lakers truly go down this path of building around Doncic, it requires patience. And that's exactly the kind of thing this franchise has historically struggled with. Los Angeles has always been about immediacy. It's always been about instant impact, super teams, banners going up as fast as possible. But look at the current situation. A Doncic just entering his prime, a Reeves who still needs to take the next leap, and a roster that clearly needs depth and identity. That doesn't get fixed with one blockbuster trade. If the front office is smart, maybe this no from Giannis is the push they needed to shift the mindset, to stop thinking only about big names and start thinking about fit, system, culture. Because, to be very direct, the West doesn't forgive. Teams like Denver, OKC, even Houston, who we're about to face, are organized. They have continuity. They have a clear identity. It's not just talent, it's construction. And the Lakers right now, they're still in the middle of that process. So as a fan, I see this as a defining moment. Either the franchise accepts this new reality and builds something truly solid, or it keeps chasing shortcuts and risks getting stuck in limbo for years. And honestly, after everything we've seen, I'd rather have a consistent project that takes a little longer than another desperate gamble that could fall apart in a year. Now, it's in the front office's hands. But one thing I can guarantee you, the Lakers' next move won't be just another decision. It'll be a statement of who this franchise wants to be moving forward.